Hi everyone, in this video I'm gonna explain how to install podhimod and get started with it. So what you need is the code and the toolchain and module that I already extracted because they can be slow to be extracted. This is a freshly installed Ubuntu 16.04 where I just installed MATLAB before and Kazam to do the screen recording, and MATLAB of course it's because it's a bit slow to install. So let's get started. I can extract the code. Here we see Zampieri because I took it from the branch Zampieri from GitHub, and let's check the instructions. We want to do the short rapid instructions, and I mean the video in which it resumes is this one that I'm making now. What I do need is Ubuntu 16.04 that I have, podhimod folder I have it, and the toolchain folder that I have. Perfect. First of all, install MATLAB, already installed, with partial differential equation toolbox and statistics and machine learning toolbox. You should have a compatible version of the new C compiler. I have it. I mean it's 5.4, which will work apparently, and I need to install Gmesh. So let's get started. Sudo apt get install Gmesh and my password. Perfect. For me it's a bit faster because I installed it and uninstalled it for the video. Okay, so we did the first one. Then we need to move the toolchain module folder to root and to get permissions and get permission for this folder. So I enter this file, I see the U folder, I open in terminal, move the folder from here to root, move, and I change the permissions. I add the permission pack. Perfect. So now we've done the first and second point. For the third point we should get RedBKit. So let's take this link, open internet, and visit RedBKit, and we can take the zip file. Should be perfect. We wait for it to be downloaded, which isn't very long. You might have a bad internet. Perfect. There it is. I can copy it. Also on the desktop. Extract it. And then go with MATLAB to do what it is asked. Okay, so we need to run setpath and to do make. Let's go to desktop, RedBKit, set path. Here I already opened it, which is this one. Is gonna add this path to my path, so I'm gonna run it. I'll come to RedBKit, and as it's written here, that we can save the path such that we don't have to run set path again. I'm gonna do it for later use. So here I see all the paths that I added. If I do save, they're gonna stay like this. Perfect, and I can run make. So I see some errors, some warnings, sorry, that say that the compiler 5.4 is not supported, that I should use 6.3, but 5.4 works well. If you have 6.3, of course it's better. the next step, I should run the test under the problem folder, which is here. If I go under problems, and I can see test all, and I can run this function. I'm not gonna run it because it's quite long and I'm confident that it worked, but you should run it just to check that everything is working here, or most of it. Perfect, we can go back. Now this is optional as well, like the running the test. It's just to check that the C++ part is working. I should use this. I should write this in my terminal to see if the toolchain and module were set correctly. So let's run it. There we go. And I see that my modules are indeed loaded. And we can see it really nice here. Perfect. And if I go to my project here under core, under C++ folder, here I have these lines that I just wrote, and if I go here I see the makefile, and by opening it in the terminal, by opening it in the terminal and running the modules, I should be able to see that I can do a make. So if I do like this here and I do make, and I should be able to make the file. I am making it. Perfect. It is quite long to make, but I mean, this is just a test. All of this is just a test, like running the test folder, just to see if it works. If you're quite confident, you could just skip it, but if you have any troubles, you should go back to this step and check that the make is successful. Now we will have to wait a bit because the make is a very long operation. Okay, perfect. I see that everything went smooth. I can just for fun run the main file, and it seems to work, but I didn't pass the right arguments. Perfect. So the 4 is working. Now let's go to the 5th point. I go to MATLAB and I set the path. So MATLAB, go to podhimod, and here I have the set path. So I set the path, and as before we can go to set path folder and do save, just to ensure that we don't have to set the path ever again. and if I go under core, I should see this in bolder, not bolder, but darker font. Perfect. So I did the fifth. Now I should check the files, check that the mesh are created, and then I'm finished. So let's get this done. I go in test suite. I can go to the test rectangle. Perfect. And here I have my main. So here's the data for the left part. So the problem would be a rectangle, a parallelepiped with 3 parts. In the first part we'll do arcade mode, in the second part pod, and in the third part arcade mode. So on the left part I have this data. I see that it's a cube, and here I have the coefficients. So I have a forcing term, I have convective field which is only in the stream direction, I have some boundary condition, and I have diffusivity and reactivity as well. And here I have some data for the conditioner that we don't need to touch, and some files. Perfect. The same for data write, except that here we see that for bitcape the origin is 2. So this is done. Now data file, I see as well here the forcing terms, the convective field, the diffusivity, the reactivity, and the inflow boundary condition, and the flag of the different part of the mesh. On data file, exact that what we will use to do the reference solution could be the same, but since this data file only regards the middle part, while this one regards the whole part, they could be different. In this case they are the same because it's a simple example. And in the training data file it's basically the same, except that on the diffusivity, reactivity, we see that we have some parameters that we will learn with the principal orthogonal decomposition. Perfect. So now let's go back to the main. We're gonna create the domain decomposition solver, set some properties, set the left part where we see it was a cube, the middle part where the mesh is this one, and the right part. So as we see, in the middle part we have this mesh, and I'm not sure if we have it, if we created it before. So let's run all of this. So we see we have a problem. It's that this mesh is not existing. Perfect. So the only thing we have to do is to go back in the project under gmesh folder, under rectangle. We have to create a mesh. So we can check here to create a mesh, copy this under structured rectangle 3D, which is a script to make any kind of rectangular mesh. I open in terminal, I paste. Perfect. So what I want is to, with gmesh, do something with this file, and I want a length of 1, not 3. There it is. I want a length in y of 1 because I want a cube in z of 1, and h for this mesh dimension of 0.2, and I can call it mesh.mesh. Perfect. Let's run it. The run was successful. So if I go back to MATLAB, I go to this thing and I can call it mesh, and I can run it again, and now it should work. Let's see. It's doing the pod decomposition. composition. The archive mode, the domain decomposition iteration. We have 5 to do, we're at 4 over 5, 5 over 5, almost finished. And now we finished, so we see how many bases we took for the pod reconstruction, and we see a relative L2 error of 7.5%. Of course, this is relative to the mesh we gave for the exact for the reference solution. Well, thank you, it's almost finished. Now we can just see the log. In the log folder we have all the log. So if I check a log, we see what the C++ have done as written. Under solution I have some text solution and VTU solution, and under figures I have some VTK that I can then open with ParaView. Thank you very much for following. Don't hesitate to comment if you have any question, and see you.